जी बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम अस्सलाम वालेकुम। कैसे हैं आप सब? So I'm here with you once again with Kingdom Animalia chapter number 5. This is Mam Shazia and I welcome you all in my YouTube channel Exploring the Concepts. And my today's topic is phylum Aschelminthes, and we have done with the phylum Platyhelminthes in my last lecture, and today phylum Aschelminthes. Phylum, the members of phylum Aschelminthes are also called as roundworms and nematoda. So the another name for the phylum Aschelminthes is nematoda, and the members of this group are called as roundworms or nematodes. So why they are called as roundworms, I will tell you later in the lecture. And let's start with the general characteristics of the phylum Aschelminthes or nematoda. So roundworms they have a very specific habit and habitat, and they are free living and or parasites. So their habit is whether they are free living or parasites. So there are two different kinds of habits they are experiencing or enjoying, by the way. And then the habitat is live in soil, roots, and in the human and animal intestine and muscles. So these are the site where they live, basically as parasites in the intestine and muscles of human and animals. So basically it is considered as a strange parasite as it lives in the muscles. Its cyst grows in the muscles of in the muscles of human body and in the cattle's or in pork meat. So it is a threatening parasite. So let's start with the basic characteristics. So first of all, phylum Nematoda roundworms are called a cylindrical body. They have cylindrical body tapered at both ends. You can see this in this image, that this end is pointed while the other end is also pointed, and that is why it is called as a roundworm tapered end, because it has tapered end. This is basically the characteristic feature of this group that you can identify easily by looking at some parasite. If its both ends are pointed, if its both ends are pointed and its body is smooth, long, cylindrical, so you can easily identify it as roundworms or nematoda. So the nematoda are identified by having their tapered body at both ends. And the next point is unsegmented body. Body has no segmentation, no external segmentation, no internal segmentation, and body is pseudocoelomate. Pseudocoelomate. So we have discussed this point in my lectures earlier, that pseudocoelomates are those organisms that have a specific space between its endoderm and its mesoderm. This in this figure you can see the yellow region. That yellow region is actually the pseudocoelom. Pseudocoelom is the fluid filled cavity present between the mesoderm and the endoderm. Yellow colored area is called as pseudocoelom because it is the space present between mesoderm, that green region, and light blue region, endoderm. So this is called as pseudocoelom. So it is a cavity, no doubt it is a cavity in this body, but it is not a true coelom. True coelom is basically present in the mid of this green layer. The true coelom is actually present in the mid of that green layer, which is called as mesoderm. Means if the coelom is lined from its both sides with the help of mesoderm, only in that case you can call it as the true coelom. Okay, so it's a pseudocoelom. It is actually while in the stage of blastula. So in that case, this is that space is called as blastocele, and this is actually this organism retains that blastocele in the form of pseudocoelom. So the characteristic feature of this group is they are tapered at both ends. The body is unsegmented, and these are coelomate. This is the only group that have coelom type is pseudocoelom, not a true coelom. Please make it try to understand this thing, that this group is the only example of pseudocoelomate that do not have a true coelom, and they have a coelom which is called as pseudocoelom, which is present between meso and endo, and that space is actually blastocele. So you can call it as blastocoelomate. Okay. Then phylum Aschelminthes. A pseudocoelomate is an organism with body cavity that is not derived from mesoderm and is a true coelom or body cavity. I have already told you all these things. A pseudocoelomate is also known as blastocoelomates, as the body cavity is derived from the blastocele or cavity within the embryo. So pseudocoelomate metazoans have a fluid-filled body cavity, the pseudocoelom, which unlike a true coelom does not have a cellular peritoneal lining. So I've already discussed it with you that let's go to the diagram once again. Yeah, in this diagram, I want to show you once again in this diagram that this yellow region is actually the pseudocoelom. This space is present between mesoderm and endoderm, and it is called as pseudocoelom. It is not a true coelom, right? Because the true coelom is actually is formed between this layer. In the mid of this layer, right? Means the cavity or which is lined on both sides with the help of mesoderm, right? So in that case, only in that case, we call that cavity a true coelom. So this is a pseudocoelom, right? And as then how this cavity appear in this organism, it is actually they retain their blastocele, right? The cavity which is present when they are very small organism, when they are in their developing stages. So the space in that at that time is retained by this group of organism. That is why they are called as blastocoelomate. Okay, so we have discussed the next thing. Okay, once again, few features, both roundworms, smooth worms, bilateral symmetry. Okay, the organism is bilateral symmetrical, right? So there is only one angle through which you can cut the body has symmetry, while there is no other angle through which you can get it at as symmetrical organism. So there is only a one angle that is bilateral, only the lengthwise. When you are going to cut the body laterally, longitudinally, only in that case you get a duplicate organs present in this group, which are the duplicate organs are the organs which is present on both sides of that angle. So they are basically bilateral, symmetrical, and digestive system with two openings, as the digestive system of human beings as well. So we do have two openings. One is mouth, other is anus. This group two have a digestive system with two openings. Free living and parasitic forms. So I have already told you it's in while discussing the habit and habitat that the habit is free living or some parasites. So this is Ascaris, the famous मशहूर ज़माना पेट का कीड़ा Ascaris, and this is pinworm, which are very familiar, which are very common in Pakistan, especially pinworm, क्योंकि बच्चों को मट्टी खाने की आदत होती है, तो इन मट्टी में या जो चूना खुरच खुरच के गिरता है और खाते हैं उसको, तो उसमें क्या होता है कि उसके अंदर इन ऑर्गेनिजम्स के सिस्ट होते हैं, और ये सिस्ट वो बच्चे खा लेते हैं, फिर उनके पेट में ये पिन वर्म्स हो जाते हैं। शायद आपने कभी सुना हो छोटे बहन भाइयों को या छोटे बच्चों को। आजकल तो थोड़ा बेहतर हो गया, अवेयरनेस बढ़ गई है, क्लीनलीनेस बहुत बढ़ गई है, तो इसलिए इन ऑर्गेनिजम्स का शायद आप लोगों ने ना भी देखा हो, लेकिन मैंने अपने बचपन में ये सब पिनवर्म्स ऑब्जर्व किए हुए हैं। मेरे छोटे भाइयों को इस तरह हो जाता था और फिर अम्मी उनको ट्रीट करती थी। एनीवेज, so it was a common problem, but now it is under control, by the way. And then is phylum Ascalmenthes. Then the characteristics. I'm reading this text as I've already discussed. Body cavity pseudocoelom located between endo and meso, and three germ layers have complete one-way digestive tract, mouth and anus. Protostomes. They are protostome, they are pseudocoelom, and they are protostomes as well. Bilateral symmetry. Symmetry is bilateral. Nematoda contains the most members, most are microscopic and parasitic. Same is the case. The repetition, you need to go through all of the text because it's important for you. If you can read it out, then you will be able to form the points, because avoid paragraphing while attempting the questions. Do make the headings and the points so as to give the ease to the examiner. Okay, this is an example of a soil nematode. Okay, okay, ji. This is Trichinella enters by eating the infected meat. So mostly this group, as well as Trichinella is concerned, so you can get that infection by having the infected meat. So infected meat can be of pork, can be of cattle, but not in case of Pakistan, because हम लोग इतना ज़्यादा खाने को पका लेते, भुना भुना खाना होता है, तो उस चक्कर में उसकी सारी वाइटामिन और उसकी सारी न्यूट्रिशन की भी डेथ हो जाती है, along with the death of all these microorganisms, alhamdulillah. But as far as all those organism, all those people are concerned, जो कि ज़रा सेमी कुक्ड फूड पसंद करते हैं, ताकि उसका विटामिन कंटेंट और उसके प्रोटीन्स जो हैं वो बच जाएं और सब कुछ ही ख़त्म ना हो जाए, तो वो नॉर्मली उन्हें इस तरह के इन्फेक्शंस होने का चांस थोड़ा सा ज़्यादा होता है, बिकॉज दीज माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स दे लिव इन द मसल्स. और अगर आप उसको सेमी कुक्ड या हाफ कुक्ड, स्टीम्ड कुक्ड यूज़ करते हैं, तो उसमें हो सकता है कि जर्म्स की फुली डेथ ना हुई हो. सो ये स्कैरिस दिखाए हैं जो कि कहाँ होते हैं, दे आर लिविंग इन द स्मॉल इंटेस्टाइन. ओके, और ये हमेशा पेयर्स की फॉर्म में ही रहते हैं, हमेशा कपल, एक पूरा मेल एंड फीमेल हमारे इंटेस्टाइन में होते हैं. स्कैरिस बड़ी इंटरेस्टिंग बात है ये. अच्छा, अच्छा, बड़ी इंटरेस्टिंग बात एक और ये है कि देर इज़ नो ए सेक्शुअल रिप्रोडक्शन इन केस ऑफ एस्केलमेंथीस. हालांकि तमाम तर ग्रुप्स में रिप्रोडक्शन ए सेक्शुअल होती है, बट नॉट इन केस ऑफ दिस ग्रुप. ए सेक्शुअल bedding is no asexual reproduction like bedding or fragmentation. Most are dioecious. Dioecious like human beings, मेल एंड फीमेल आर सेपरेट. ठीक है ना, ये नहीं है कि एक ही ऑर्गेनिज्म में दोनों प्रेजेंट है, जिसके लिए हम टर्म यूज करते हैं hermaphrodite. So most are dioecious, use internal fertilization, and they have experiencing the internal fertilization. This is called as sexual dimorphism. And sexual dimorphism is actually, this means that male and female are totally different. जैसे आप लायंस को देखते हैं या आप किसी और एलिफेंट्स को देखते हैं, तो आप आइडेंटिफाई नहीं कर पाते कि ये मेल है या फीमेल है. सो उनके अंदर मोनोमॉर्फिज्म होती है, बाय द वे. लेकिन जैसे ही ये एस्केलमेंथीज हैं, तो इनमें डायमॉर्फिज्म है. मेल को और फीमेल को आप आसानी से आइडेंटिफाई कर सकते हो, क्योंकि जो फीमेल होती है वो काफ़ी बड़ी होती है, और जो मेल होते हैं वो कंपैरेटिवली साइज में आर स्मॉलर देन द फीमेल्स. Once again, the appearance and the structure of this group of nematodes are triploblastic, containing three body layers. ये आपको पता चल गया था कि platyhelminthes was the first group which are triploblast. उनके ग्रुप में, तो उनके केस में काफ़ी सारे ऐसी बातें थी जो फर्स्ट थी ना. अब ये सेकेंड ग्रुप आ गया, लेकिन ये भी, इनमें भी एक स्पेशल बात है, जो कि फर्स्ट सूडोसिलोमेट है, इनफैक्ट ओनली सूडोसिलोमेट है. And nematodes have body cavity that is not totally surrounded by mesoderm. Okay. ये पॉइंट भी हम डिस्कस कर चुके हैं, ये दोनों पॉइंट हम डिस्कस कर चुके हैं. अब यहाँ पे आपको मैं थोड़ी सी अब इंटरेस्टिंग बात एक बताने वाली हूँ. बॉडी सिलिंड्रिकल, अनसेगमेंटेड, बायलैटरल सिमेट्रिकल, सूडोसिलोमेट, बट विद 4 openings. बॉडी हैज माउथ, एनस, वुल्वा एंड एक्सक्रीटरी पोर. सो इसके पास माउथ भी है, एक ओपनिंग एनस है. ये तो हमें क्लियर हो गया दैट इट इज द पार्ट, दीज टू आर द पार्ट ऑफ डाइजेस्टिव सिस्टम. vulva is actually the copulatory opening. They're responsible for the transfer of the sperms from male to the females. And then excretory pore is responsible for the excretion of the nitrogenous waste. So it has 4 openings in its body. Okay. सो सम कॉमन एग्जांपल्स, स्कैरिस लुम्ब्रिकॉइड्स, जो मैंने को बताया कि आम हमें आम हो जाता है, वेजिटेबल्स प्रॉपरली वॉश्ड नहीं है, आपने इसी तरह खा ली, स्पेशली लीफी वेजिटेबल्स, उनमें की लीव्स में इनके पोर्स सिस्ट्स हो सकती हैं, जैसे कि जो लेट्यूस यूज़ करते हैं हम, जो सलाद पता इसको कहते हो, वो उसमें इसके हो सकते हैं. इसी किस्म की वेजिटेबल्स जो लीफी हैं और प्रॉपरली वॉश्ड नहीं है. So, Ascaris lumbricoides is called as roundworms. एंटीरोबियस वर्मिक्यूलरिस, बहुत बहुत के कॉमन पेट का कीड़ा है ये. अक्सर बच्चे ऐसे ही इनके स्टंटेड ग्रोथ ऑब्जर्व की जाती है, और एनेमिक लगते हैं वो बच्चे, तो उनके अंदर हो सकता है उनके पेट में पिन वर्म्स हों, या जिनको एंटीरोबियस वर्मिक्यूलेरिस कहते हैं। डॉक्टर्स अक्सर कहते हैं तो बच्चों को थोड़े थोड़े दिनों बाद डीवॉर्म कर दिया करें, क्योंकि उनकी डाइट फिर इफ़ेक्ट हो जाती है, हेल्थ इफ़ेक्ट हो जाती है। एनसाइक्लोस्टोमा ड्यूडिनेल एक और तमाम तर प्राइमेट्स का ब्लड में होता है ये हुकवॉर्म। और ये हुकवॉर्म भी पेट से रिलेटेड डिजीजेस कॉज करता है। और वशीरियाज बेनक्रॉफ्टाई, ये फिलेरियल वर्म है। ये फिलेरिएसिस कॉज करता है, लिम्फेटिक फिलेरिएसिस। हो सकता है कि आपकी बॉडी में या किसी की बॉडी में ये कब चला जाए और बहुत टाइम तक आप अननोटिस्ड रहते हैं, आपको नहीं पता चलता। ये मॉस्किटो बाइट से माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिज्म, इसके जो एग्स हैं वो जो हैं वो मॉस्किटो के थ्रू ट्रांसमिट होते हैं, लाइक मलेरिया। और बहुत टाइम तक पता नहीं चलता, और ये भी आस्ता 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 हमारे लिम्फेटिक सिस्टम को, सॉरी, हमारे इम्यून सिस्टम को वीक कर देता है, और हम किसी भी डिजीज़ से हो सकता है मर जाएं इससे पहले कि हमें पता चले कि हमें lymphatic filariasis है. Okay, ji, these are some common examples. If you have any question, you can ask me at any time. You can write me in the comments. And I thank you all for the patience listening. इंशाल्लाह दोबारा मिलेंगे एक न्यू लेक्चर के साथ। अपना बहुत सारा ख्याल रखें और लेक्चर्स को बहुत ध्यान से सुने, और बहुत ध्यान से काम करें जो भी काम करना है लाइफ में। इंशाल्लाह ताला फिर मुलाकात होगी। अल्लाह हाफिज़।